Yes. Hey there, Richard. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for finding your way to us.
Yeah, this is it's been an adventure. I haven't done this before.
Oh, well, let me start off here. I want to do a couple things before I get on with your story. First off, as you know, my name is Derek Connors. I work with Taunton Bay Soap Company out of Maine. And before we get into your testimony, this is the first of a series of what we're going to call Live Fridays for testimonies. Uh, for people who call in, you're going to be or show your face. I can't say call in, but for those of you who show your face here and give your testimony, I'm going to send you some free samples. We also have some free swag that came in here too that I want to show you real quick. So, how's the weather where you're at, Richard?
It's cold, but I'm not able to see you. Do I have to click? I'm going to try clicking on your name and see if that does it.
Sure, go ahead and do that.
I see myself. Well, let's see. There's a thing that says live. No, but it's not giving me the full picture. I see myself in a little thumbnail on the lower right-hand corner. But aside from that,
That's weird because I'm also looking at a screen over here that is broadcasting, and I can see both of us just fine. Do you have a way to open another window or maybe a phone and pull up your Facebook so you can see live that way? I'll have to have somebody navigate me through the backside. I'm only familiar with this side here. Travis, if you're out there, maybe you can chime in and explain how he can see us. I know Travis joined us yesterday. But anyway, until we figure that part out, I'm going to show off the swag I got here.
like I said,
These shirts just came in. We like those new logos, huh? We got all kinds of different sizes. We even have tank tops.
About this time.
One of my I'm really excited about this, even though I can't stand the taste of Kratom, so I have to mask the taste of it by parachuting it. But a lot of people shake it up with orange juice, water, anything like that. It's a new tumbler shaking system that they got.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Well,
And of course, I drink coffee all the time, all day long.
me too.
So we got these really nice coffee mugs. So if you're interested in wanting something like these, Richard, let me know, and we'll send one of these over with those samples for taking part today.
Yeah, like I said, I can't. Now, I just saw Philip S. Dick just popped up, and I could see him saying something.
Yeah.
But I don't see your picture anywhere or anything.
Huh.
And in the lower left-hand corner, there's a beige. It says Team Chat, and I clicked on it, but I still don't see anything in there. There's no writing or no picture.
Huh. That is weird. Well, you'll be able, if it makes you feel any better, you'll be able to watch it afterwards.
Oh, okay. I'm.
Do you still feel comfortable enough doing this, giving your testimony, not being able to see me?
Oh, without a doubt. I mean,
right.
I've been, so blown away by Kratom. I can't say enough about it. And can I ramble on for
Absolutely. The floor is yours. Let us know how you found it, just what you use it for, and the results.
Okay. Well, the way I found it, I do it YouTube. Well, I do a community access TV show from Danbury, Connecticut, from Comcast. Comcast is the cable provider. Oh, all of a sudden, my picture just got bigger. I don't know if that means anything, but now it looks like I'm pretty much on up. Now I shrunk down. Oh,
That
there
that
you are. Okay, is that you now?
that's me. All right.
Wow.
So sorry about that. I just got
All
playing
right.
around with a little bit. I figured you out. All right, brother.
Yeah, so
I'm
now
gonna
we're
disappear here for a few minutes. The floor is gonna be all yours, and I gotta run downstairs and top off my coffee in my new coffee cup. Tell us your story, brother. Thank you.
okay. So all right. So anyway, so I about 4 years ago, I started doing uh, what really got me started was I'm a big global warming guy. I mean, and I used to watch a lot of Fox News. So I would watch Fox News, and they would tell me that the globe wasn't warming. And I was a real skeptic, and I started looking into things, and I never really realized that in order to get the science correct, you have to be a critical thinker. But the beauty about science and the beauty about global warming is that thermometers don't lie. Satellites always tell the truth. So once I found out that global warming was real and it's not a hoax, then I said, well, why do people try to deceive us? And this is what got me going. So I started doing the show right before Obama got elected, before his second uh, term. So I've been doing the show. We do the show once a week, and the idea is when somebody lies to you on Fox News or lies to you anywhere, that we look stuff up. And one of the most important things that I say on the show, and the reason why I surround myself with question marks, is because when somebody says something to you, I always say, be specific and cite your source. Very simple. Somebody says, well, I heard this on Fox News. You just said, well, wait a minute. I'm sorry, I can't accept that. So with science, my default mechanism, whenever it comes to science or anything else, whenever it comes to any opinionated subject, my default mechanism is science. And the reason why is science is provable, it's repeatable. So I became a big global warming guy, and that just pushed me to show everybody how they're being deceived. And it drives me crazy. So what I do and when you watch the show, go on YouTube and just type in WTTT for Who's Telling the Truth, space. And we did our first show on Kratom, was show number 183. And then, so you type in # 183 or # 184, and you'll see we devoted both shows to Kratom. And when I first found out about Kratom, it was on CNN. And I saw Allison Camerata do a little piece on Kratom, and they showed Dr. Sanjay Gupta. And, I just figured out how to use my remote control where I can, reverse the clips and watch them again. I never even knew I could do that. I could talk into my remote, I tell you. So anyway, I watched the clip again and I said, wait a minute. This Kratom stuff, it sounds too good to be true. So of course, that got me going, and I started to look into it. And of course, like I say on my show, the most important thing is to be specific and to cite your source. Where are you getting your information from? So I started looking into Kratom, and I tell you, I was blown away by the different things that I found out about it and why it's been so secret. And then, of course, I think we all know why it's been so secret is because the drug companies, big pharma, they don't want anybody to know about it. But, getting to my own experience, and what happened is I used a clip from Coastline Kratom on my very first show with Kratom. And they sent me a sampler kit. And I tried Kratom. Now I've been through the mill. I've had whoop, all of a sudden I'm getting a lot of reverb. Did you turn something up or something?
That
Wait a
better?
minute. Yeah, okay, that's better. So anyway, I've had 3 back operations. I'm a cancer survivor. I've had my hip replaced. So I mean, I've been on a lot of pain pills, but I never had an opioid addiction. I've been very fortunate. And anyway, when they sent me the sampler, the Kratom sampler, I went over to my buddy's house. We measured everything. We did everything scientifically. And I took some green Kratom, and about an hour after I took it, I noticed that I've had a problem with my shoulder, and I went to a specialist. I went to a chiropractor. They tried to hook me up. They couldn't. I went to a specialist, and the specialist said, Rich, he said, eventually you're going to have an operation. He said, but we don't want to operate until you start to lose feelings in your fingers. I said, oh, brother. So anyway, just for shits and giggles, I said, I'm going to take the Kratom just to see if it gives me a euphoric feeling or what it does. And to be honest, what happened is I was having such a problem with my range of motion. And if you look at me now, you can see when I was driving, I couldn't look left. So if I really had to turn my head and pull out into traffic, sometimes I go, boy, I hope nothing's coming. And I mean, that's no way to drive. But since I've been taking the Kratom, I look at my motion. Now, of course, a personal reference is really not scientific. But I mean, if you look at me, but I'm living proof. But that's no way to verify it. So hopefully, as people become more aware of Kratom, and I'd like to get started with you guys. You said you're going to send me some samplers, but I'd like to know how I could help promote the product, push people in your direction. See, one of the problems I have doing a CATV show, I'm not allowed to advertise. So I have to be careful.
Right.
So is there some way that I can do something where I can push people in the right direction? Should I?
You can't advertise, but are you allowed to have people come on and talk about certain subjects?
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, I
Without
mean,
a
I kind of
doubt.
snagged you from YouTube, and now you're able to do this here. Notice how I didn't snag you on my YouTube channel trying to get you to do it there. So just cross being able to use multiple platforms. Doing this is sharing with your community what we're doing as well. It's just the more people that jump on here and do this, it's a broader audience. And I think that's why a lot of people don't like doing that, because it does put them out there. But this is the only way we're going to get the message mainstream, is when people step out of their comfort zones and just do this.
I hear you.
But yeah, I mean, if you can have people on, I know a lot of people that you could have on that will put in really good content, some really good content.
What if I want somebody to go on to let's say Facebook, or what's the best way to point people in your direction?
In my direction, generally, you can find me obviously right here. All my posts are always public. I'm a very public person, but I just recently joined I'm a board member for the National Kratom Coalition. I can write it up here and see if I can link it.
Is that how you would like me to have? Should I tell people on the show, guys? This is the way you want to get in touch. Go to the National Kratom Coalition.
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
And that will get people to go on to Taunton.
No, Taunton Bay isn't connected to the National Kratom Coalition. If you're looking to send customers our way, we do have a website. It's tauntonbaysoapcompany.com. I'll put this right up on the screen for you. But yeah, can you still hear me when I'm talking like this?
Oh yeah. Right. I hear you fine. But would you rather have me send people to the National Kratom Coalition or to the Taunton Taunton Bay. I mean, obviously Taunton
Well,
Bay puts money.
honestly, since the people that you're going to be reaching are new people, new to Kratom, I would be comfortable if you sent them to the National Kratom, to the NKC. That way they can be informed about the herb, the proper way to use it, what it's for, where it's from, and what we're fighting for. In the past, a lot of times what happened was people would get the website out there and people were just ordering it blindly, not really knowing what it was, what the instructions were on it. And nobody got hurt, but I mean, I don't like the thought of somebody just taking a little bit too much and getting sick. I mean, that's how I learned, was by just taking too much. Basically, I found my sweet spot on my own, because when I started it, we didn't have anybody giving us instruction how to do it. It was not for human consumption material, and it was not enjoyable and easy to learn. Hi, Sierra, how are you?
But that's big of you. Saying, in other words, referring people to somewhere else before referring them to yourself. I mean, that speaks volumes of what you're trying to accomplish. And this is the whole idea, people helping people.
Exactly.
And, my one buddy, when you watch my show, I have a conservative buddy who's a hardworking guy, but he's a Republican. And the poor guy's been brainwashed, you know? But with the 2 shows on Kratom, he goes, Rich, because the shows were 193 and 194. He goes, Rich, if it took you 192 shows, but you finally got it right. He goes, I really appreciate what you did. He goes, you're making sense. So, and he's a real big, he's really for the vets and you think about these guys that, with PTSD and things of that nature.
Yeah.
And if I can help somebody, isn't that why I'm here? Isn't that why we do this? And if we can make a little money after the fact, well, guess what? That's even better. But see, you weren't pointing out the greed factor, which is why, like the drug companies, big pharma, they're so worried about their pocketbook. Forget it. Forget about the profits. Let's take care of the people. Then the people will help us create the profits. It's that simple.
Exactly.
One hand washes the other,
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome. So how long exactly has it been since you found Kratom? I know you said it in the beginning, but I thought when I watched your video the other night, it was like 2 weeks or something like that.
I became
the CNN thing. That's right.
I became aware on August 26th.
Yeah.
And then what I did was I called Coastline Kratom and I talked to the guy on the phone. And he says, well, you want me to give you a discount? I said, no, I want you to send me some free stuff.
Nice, nice.
And I couldn't believe it.
Well, they good. That's good. They did. I mean, that was a big shout out you did to them there. So that's good. They did the right thing. They did the right thing.
When CNN did their piece, they did show their brand. They showed their label. So, one hand kind of washed the other there. You know what I mean? But the guy, when I talked to the guy at Coastline Kratom, he said, Rich, ever since the CNN thing hit the air, the phones are ringing off the wall. And I said, well, you should be happy.
Right.
This is what it's all about, But you're right. The most important thing is how much of this do you take? When do you take it? What strain do you take it? I mean, there's a treasure trove of information, and people need, it's like anything else. Teach me. Show me the right way, Yeah. And it's, one hand washes the other.
It sure does. It definitely does. So for the people out there viewing, it's in the middle of the day, so it's hard to get a high view count. But if you want to like and share what we're doing right now, I will put you in an entry for a 4-ounce sampler pack. And also, if you would like to give your testimony like Richard just did, follow the link that is on this right here, or I think I can copy and paste it into the comments here in a second. and we will send you a sampler pack of your choice if you want to get on here and give your testimony. Richard, so what area are you from, buddy?
Well, I live in Danbury, Connecticut. I
Oh,
actually grew up in Hastings on the Hudson, New York, about 20 miles north of the Empire State Building. So,
nice.
oh yeah, and I tell you, I've been fortunate, and well, I'm retired now, but believe it or not, way back when I got into cable TV before cable was cool. Danbury was the first town in the state of Connecticut to be cabled because the reception's so bad.
Oh,
So I
wow.
moved up here with the new technology of cable, and then eventually I got downsized out of it, and then I started my own business. I used to install central vacuum cleaners, and
How far away from Coventry, Connecticut are you?
I don't know,
You
so I
don't know.
must be pretty far.
Yeah. Yeah, I
No,
had
I'm
an
not
uncle that
familiar
owned a
with.
business, construction business out there, so I didn't know if maybe you had crossed paths or not.
No, Coventry is not it's not familiar to me.
Yeah, I know it
So
wasn't too far from the water. That's all I remember. I was young. I just posted the link to the broadcast right here in the comment section. So if you're out there and would like to give your testimony and receive a free sampler pack of your choice, please click the link. If
oh,
not, I will probably end this podcast.
okay. Can we talk about one more
Oh,
thing?
absolutely. Whatever you would like.
On my first show, there was a girl, and I tell you, it was cute because I took a bunch of clips, and she goes, "Good looking girl," and she goes, she tried to commit suicide 5 times,
Oh,
and she goes, I'm glad I suck at suicide because now I found kratom. So,
yeah,
but you
exactly.
hear, but you hear stories like that, and you say, "Wow." But she said, and this is what really piqued my curiosity, not piqued my curiosity, but I just want to bring this forward. When you're buying something, it's so important to know where you're getting it from. And the fact that you told me you have your kratom tested, to me, that's so important. So I just want to stress that so that you could probably tell people a little bit more about, I went on your website and I saw the lab reports, but I got to be honest with you. I mean, some of that's a little Greek to me. So, but I mean, that's important and people see. And then, from there, it's all clear sailing. But I
Sure.
tell you, to fight, I mean, to make sure that this doesn't become a Schedule One drug is the most important thing to me, you know?
Yeah, that's been first and foremost on the front of our agenda. I think you saw bits and pieces on the CNN piece of the DC fight we had last year. We all here at Taunton Bay, we all took everybody down there as well to the
Wow.
Washington DC fight. I think we had I don't know, like 22 people there just from us here in Maine alone. And then we had a bunch of people flown in and bussed in and trained in, and it was a pretty good showing.
Wow.
And yeah, and then
Dynamite.
and now that you're in the community and you found us,
There you go.
there's
There
another
you
section
go.
out there. Kelly Devine, they're huge advocates, aka we have a lot of people fighting for us. So I'm glad that you're here and that you found us. And at some point, I will gladly pull up the results and write down some type of explanation in layman's terms for everybody. I know it was confusing for me at first too. I mean, when you look at something and it actually says that there's parts per millions of mold or something, like, oh no, but no, there's acceptable amounts, and Taunton Bay falls well under any acceptable amounts on all of their lab results. So but I will gladly explain those at some point on a future podcast for you.
Well, I tell you, it's good to be found, you know.
Yeah,
and
that
all
is.
we and all we got to do is keep sharing because the more people we tell, I mean, the better it gets, and eventually, we'll get health care as a right for everybody in this country. And you know what I mean? We'll all say, hey, look, let's start feeling better. Let's start taking care of each other. It's kind of simple. You know what I mean? And this is a first step. But anyway, hey, I'm glad to be part of your first podcast, and I hope to do a lot more with you, and I hope to keep promoting you guys. And like you said, from now I'll promote people to the National Kratom Coalition. And then if they want to buy Kratom from you, they buy it from whoever they want. Is
That's
that
right.
okay?
I prefer if they come see me at Taunton
Well,
Bay.
there you go. But I mean, hey, I'll do it. I'll push people in your direction. All right.
Awesome.
Hey,
Awesome.
thanks an awful lot. It was a pleasure.
Yes, thank you very much. And I will be seeing you around.
Take care. Thanks, Derek.
Bye-bye. Good job, buddy. Alrighty, so now here we are once again, and if there is anybody out there that would like to show their face and give their testimony, I will be glad to send you a sample pack of your choice. And don't forget that just today, well, yesterday and today, we got in some t-shirts, some really cool mugs. This one, a lot of people are excited about. It's a shaker mug. Pretty cool, huh? This is my personal favorite. The coffee mug. And if you want to get any of this today, show your face and your testimony. Click the link that's in the comments, and we'll make this happen. We've got these shirts. I love the logo. Changing lives with leaves. What else did we get? I also got these new bags. Come on. And once again, if you want any of this stuff for free today, or shipped out to you today, I expect to see a picture down here. Because you really don't want to sit here and look at my ugly mug all day, do you? Come on, don't be shy. Jump in there. Because I can see you. I can see who is sitting there watching me. Come on. Jump on. Let's go. Let's give you a testimony. If not, you're just a robot. Yeah, that's right, Joy. I said that. You're just a robot. Don't wave. All right, I'm going to find some music to play then or something. Y'all are boring me. I gave you my testimony earlier. Let's hear yours. Richard did a great job. Richard's been only with Kratom since the news era on CNN. I mean, it's everyday people like us that make this real. Let's hear your testimonies. You guys are killing me. All right. Well, y'all just missing out today. I'm going to give you one more chance, probably at about, it is 1:30 now, 3 o'clock. I'll go live one more time at 3 o'clock to give away No, I am not shaking my rear end like Joshua Miller did. I'm sorry. Coffee mugs, shaker tumblers, t-shirts. You name it, we got it. Last chance. And senora.